I think Mexico has already signaled that it's willing to improve its operational control of the southern border, to increase resources to our immigration institutions and authorities. And I think that will be something important. But again, I think it'll be very difficult if those tariffs are established. I think it'll pretty much affect the possibility of moving forward with the USMCA, something that the U.S. administration has clearly described as a good thing for both countries and for the United States. And you know what? Last time Mexico, I find it hard to believe that Mexico would not be in a position to retaliate and establish tariffs as we did during the USMCA negotiations.
And Michelle, you're saying watch the auto sector here in particular. They're really caught up in this, aren't they?
For sure. We've highlighted many times on CNBC how much the auto sector would be impacted because there's so many parts that go across the border continuously. But also the auto workers. I wouldn't be surprised if President Trump is thinking about the 2020 election when he gets hard on Mexico. If you see Joe Biden is the #1 candidate thus far in the polling when it comes to his potential Democratic opponent, he may be thinking, how do I keep those people who voted for me from voting for Joe Biden? And this would be a way to do that.
So a win for either candidate for 2020 means getting the vote of, let's say, auto workers, those who've been displaced by NAFTA, against, I mean, frankly, it sounds like even against the USMCA. I mean, it just sounds like what they're looking for is to.
It sounds like maybe you never get a deal, or he doesn't care if the USMCA passes. If you go to the United Auto Workers website, there's all kind of graphics where they show you there used to be only 1 million cars produced in Mexico. Now it's 4 million cars. Look at how many. Look at their wages. Their wages are only, I don't know, $6 per hour, $3. And then because the peso is weakened so much, the workers there cost even less, like nothing compared to a U.S. worker.
Right,
it's very frustrated to
5x, yes, since NAFTA. Mr. Ambassador, the president is on the wires right now saying if we're unable to make the deal, Mexico will begin paying tariffs at the 5% level on Monday. He says there's a good chance that a deal will be reached. What's your reaction to this and what Michelle's talking about in terms of U.S. auto workers being a politically sensitive group here that is probably looking for some response from who's going to be elected in 2020?
Yes. First of all, I think that both sides have mentioned that there's progress and negotiations are ongoing. So I think that there's still an opportunity to find a solution to these. With respect to what Michelle says, I think that the USMCA was appropriately described as a good deal for the North American auto industry in general. And there are other sectors that would also suffer with this measure. Mexico buys a lot of products from agricultural products from the Midwest of the United States. And those people and that sector will also be affected if we get again into some sort of tit for tat with tariffs.